Tesla just lost almost $200 billion today alone. And it has nothing to do with fundamentals, earnings, competition, none of that. It's because the two boyfriends, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, have gotten into a lover's spat. But the real question is, what does that really mean for investors like us? Let's break this down. Guys, Elon is going crazy. He's come out and now it's becoming this thing about Trump has not released the Epstein files because Trump is on the Epstein list. Trump is accusing Musk of saying, hey, we should be cutting a lot of fat, but here's an easy way to cut fat. Get rid of the $2 billion that we give to EVs. Valid point. Could be a valid point on Musk's side, but these guys were BFFs just a few months ago. But before we go further, I want to remind everybody, years ago, we talked in this channel about how Tesla was overpriced, and everybody said, but Musk is a genius. Then all of a sudden his political views came out. Then all of a sudden he buys Twitter. And suddenly he is the bad guy in this world. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. But the point is, as an investor, you've got to remember, things can turn on people. Musk was considered untouchable in a guy. I remember people telling me I would never bet against Elon Musk. How about now? This guy's going rogue. He's fighting the second biggest lunatic of all time. Maybe the biggest lunatic of all time, Donald Trump. Look at what's going on here. He's telling people all these things. These tweets, 10 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, President versus Elon, who wins? Look at all of this stuff 10 minutes ago. Donald Trump tweets, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Elon responds to that. Guys, these are two billionaires just going at it. And guess what? What does that mean for Tesla stock? Tesla stock plummeted today. Biggest drop in 4 years. At one point after hours, it was down over 3.4%. This is big, big stuff. Guys, look at the fluctuations on Tesla stock. In the last one week, it is down 20.5% plus this 2% here. That's over $200 billion lost in 1 week because of a guy. Now, my question to you is, does that mean the fundamentals are different? Well, yeah, there's been slowdown in car sales. In Europe, there's plummeting car sales for Tesla. But guys, we're long-term investors. How long will this go on for between Musk and Trump? Will the stock price go lower? We have no idea. They could kiss and make up tomorrow and all of a sudden they're best friends again. We've seen this happen numerous times with Trump. We have no idea what's going to happen. But these are great learning lessons for investors because these things can happen. People can go rogue. People can go crazy. Jeff Bezos, he was loved. He still is loved and admired, but there was a time with the Washington Post that he was being viewed as a right-winger and everybody hated him for that reason. Just remember, that's why you need margin of safety. That is exactly why you need a principle-driven approach to investing. Because yeah, these guys are exciting, but just remember one thing. If you buy something because of an individual, even Warren Buffett, that person's going to go away eventually. You cannot rely on that one person to run everything. You've got to be able to say, what is the business? What are the fundamentals? And am I paying a price today that I can afford to sit there and see the main person that I adore go away? All right, guys. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what is Tesla stock worth? Now, I'm going to pull up my assumption on Tesla. Keep in mind, guys, one thing I want to remember. Actually, let me pull up our data on Tesla just to show how, in the short run, stocks are a voting machine. In the last, let's look at this chart. Last 5 years. Here's the chart. For the last 5 years, the stock's up 382%. But look at this, guys. Here's where we are. Beginning of 2021, the stock hit 300. We're below the beginning of 2021. That's 4.5 years ago. The stock is down. 4.5 years. The beginning of 2021. But here's what's incredible. Let's look at the income statement. In 2021, all of 2021, Tesla did $53.8 billion in revenue. In the last 1 year, they did $95 billion. In 2021, Tesla profited $5.5 billion. In the last 1 year, they did $6.4 billion. Last year, they did $7 billion. The year before that, $15 billion in profit. So the fundamentals are better, yet the stock is flat. Why? News follows the stock price. In the short run, stocks are a voting machine. What's popular will go up. What's not popular will go down. In the long run, it's a weighing machine. The fundamentals will drive it. So as the fundamentals get better, if they're able to get better, if Elon doesn't destroy his reputation enough, the stock will do well eventually, but you've got to pay a reasonable price. So what's that reasonable price? Well, that's why we have the stock analyzer tool. We've got to marry the story with the numbers. If you don't do that, if you're only paying for a story, you're going to make mistakes, because the fifth principle of our principle-driven investing is a great story can become a bad investment if you pay the wrong price. It is such an important thing to understand. If you do not believe that, you are not going to do well in investing. But you're watching this video, you're far enough along, so obviously there's some sort of understanding. The wrong price for a great story will still become a bad investment. And there are countless examples of this. So let's pull up the last time I did Tesla in our stock analyzer tool. Here are some assumptions. Now remember, probably the last time I did this, things weren't this bad for Elon. But sales are now plummeting. Is it short term or is it long run? Is this Tesla going to go away? I don't know. I doubt it. But people really hate on Tesla now. I was just in California 2 months ago, and I love hearing this when people are like, Elon's crazy. No, he was always crazy, but you guys just thought he was a lover of the left, so everybody thought, let's just support this guy. All of a sudden, it comes out he's a right-winger. Even I was surprised. I'm like, wait, Elon's a right-winger? I didn't know that. And all of a sudden, everybody hated him. I won't get into that right now. But I did a 10-year analysis. I did 10, 15, and 20% revenue growth. Okay, over 10 years. That's a lot. Profit margin. I did 12, 18, and 24. Same with free cash flow. Now, one thing I want you to see. Nowhere in their last 10 years have they done 12, 18, or 24% in any of these. I was giving everybody the assumption that this tech company that they all thought was happening is actually more tech than automotive. I still believe it's automotive. Is tech a growing part of it? It could be, but we haven't seen the success in it. At first, it's tech because of full self-driving SFD. Then that didn't work because they saw that less than 2% of the people who took the FSD kept it and paid for it. Now it's, no, Paul, it's not FSD. It's the robots. I'm like, okay, well, are we just going to change the story to fit the valuation, or what's going to happen here? Either way, PE. What PE is right in 10 years? Well, guys, current PE kind of stinks. 156 and 147 price of free cash flow. I did 17, 21, and 25. Or you can be like Meet Kevin, who says that 70 times earnings is a discount to today. He's right, it's a discount, but it doesn't mean it's cheap. It doesn't mean it's cheap. And I did my 9% return, no margin of safety. And please, guys, if anybody watching this who loved Elon 5 years ago and loved Tesla 5 years ago doesn't understand the need for margin of safety, in the last 1 hour or 2 hours, he lost hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap because he got in a Twitter battle with our president. Just please think about that before you don't put a margin of safety in. You need to put that. Let's hit the analyze button. And before I show you the numbers, I want you to remember 10 to 20% revenue growth, very difficult. Margins that they've never touched. So these are quite aggressive. Guys, a low price of 91, high price of 525, middle price of 230. So guys, we're not even there. We're overpriced on the middle assumptions, and those middle assumptions were still aggressive. You've got to remember, you cannot pay too much for a great story, or it's going to end up being bad for you. I still believe, and I said this back in 21, 22, 23, 24, all along, I said, I could see Tesla being that company that is lower 20 years from now than it is today in terms of stock price. I know that sounds crazy, but I believe that's a more than people want to admit possibility. This stuff gets me to boil. I know you can see that. So there's one of two things I want you to do. I really want you to do one of these two things. One, click the link below. Go check out our community and our software and all the exclusive content we have. We have hundreds of videos of exclusive content. We have our software that you just saw here. We've got a great community. Or the second thing, get our principle-driven free PDF. It'll explain the 5 tenets of principle-driven investing. We will send it to you in your email the second you sign up for it. It's absolutely free. Go check it out. Thank you for your time.